What's up? It's your boy Ken, and I'm back to you with another one. So before game 2 tonight, I just wanted to actually share my piece, right? Because I've been looking at a lot of people, like in the media, talking about all the fouls that they missed against the Houston Rockets, right? So it's a lot of biasness going on because they don't want Kevin Durant to surpass LeBron James, right? So that's really the campaign that is really going on, right? The media has been trying to do a lot of distraction tactics, basically trying to persuade the judges to see the game a certain way, right? So they talked about all the fouls that they missed against the Houston Rockets, right? All the foul calls. Forget the flailing and all the other stuff that they done and all the other stuff, right? But what about the calls that they didn't call for the Golden State Warriors? I could recall at least 12 calls that they did not commit. But the Houston Rockets got it, and they also went to the foul line. It was one time that Stephen Curry got his 5th foul when he poked the ball from Paul George. There was no contact there. It was none. So what about that one? So what about when Kevin Durant shot the 3 and they landed in his landing space? They was in his landing space and he fell. What about the time where Kevin Durant went to the hole, got fouled, and they called nothing? What about the time Stephen Curry got fouled, they didn't call nothing? What about the time that James Harden extended his arm and pushed his player away and made the shot? What about those? What about the offensive fouls? Nobody talked about that, did they? They only talk about the fouls that they missed for the Houston Rockets. But what about the fouls that they missed for the Golden State Warriors? Why? Are you guys looking at the Warriors as being supposedly so good that you will overlook all the fouls that was committed against them that was not called? Come on now. I sense a lot of biasness in here, and there's a lot of campaign going on because they don't want Kevin Durant to surpass LeBron James, which he has already done since they played each other twice in the championship. Well, 3 total, but LeBron James won one when he was playing with Miami Heat. But Kevin Durant beat LeBron James the last 2 for the MVP, for the last 2 wins, for the last 2 years when he played for the Cavaliers. So I just hear people trying to persuade the judges to see things one way, but then they're not talking about all the fouls missed against the Golden State Warriors. They're not talking about all the fouls that was committed that was not actually fouls. But they're addressing the ones that they said was fouls, but the ones that they said was fouls was actually committed the same way by the Golden State Warriors. And then when you look at the percentage, look how many times the Houston Rockets been to the line. They've been to the line so many times. Look at all the good blocks that they call foul. They call fouls and send James Harden to the line to shoot 2 free throws. Nobody's talking about the missed calls against the Golden State Warriors. Everything has been talked about on the behalf of Houston Rockets. They're talking about how many 3-point fouls that they did not get. Everybody knows that James Harden is a flopper. He tried to do things that actually to create a foul call so he can go to the line. That's why I never was really a James Harden fan, because at least 15 to 20 of his points is from the free throw line. So his 30 points to me means nothing. Even though, he get the win or whatever sometimes. But to me, that doesn't mean anything, because you're not showing how great you are. You're just showing the art of getting fouled. To me, that's not good. The majority of Jordan points was scored off field goals. James Harden field goals doesn't look as bad because he go to the line a lot. So when he shoot the ball, it doesn't count as a field goal attempt. So if you were to take away all those so-called fouls that he initiate contact on, James Harden would be an average player at best. Not to take away his 60 points, his 57-point games and all that, or whatever, right? It's some games he just get hot. But a lot of times, his whole strategy is to try to get you to foul him. And he initiate the contact the majority of the time. I don't see how people don't see that. People just don't want to see that. You're so blinded for your hatred of the Golden State Warriors that you will sit there and agree with the media when actuality the Golden State Warriors have got so many foul calls that was not fouls called on them. So when you say James Harden didn't get the foul calls that he wanted, guess what? The Golden State Warriors didn't get the foul calls that they wanted. Do you remember the Golden State Warriors when they was on the bench, when they raising their hand like, what was the foul? Do you remember the ref going to Draymond Green, initiating that conversation, and then teched him up, gave him a technical foul, when all he did was rebutted what the ref said to him? They baited him into getting that technical foul. They bait Kevin Durant into getting technical fouls. And y'all think that the ref is out there for the Golden State Warriors? Man, y'all lost y'all mind, man. If y'all really think that. You know what I'm saying? I know that y'all want the Houston Rockets to win and y'all want some excuses to come with it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all want to make excuses for why they lost or whatever. But in actuality, the Golden State Warriors had 20 turnovers, 9 in the first quarter, and they played good defense. You know, they got a lot of foul calls against them. Stephen Curry was in foul trouble. A couple of them was actual fouls, but the majority of them wasn't. And you talking about killer rotations. That has been the Warriors' nemesis, or the Warriors' Achilles heels, getting into foul trouble, or the ref putting them in foul trouble, and it's killing their rotation. Do you remember how quick Klay Thompson had to go out of the game for 2 foul calls? That wasn't even foul calls. They were actually good plays. Nobody talks about that though, you know. But I just wanted to give my output before the game, you know, for game 2, because I know game 1, everybody talk about the foul that they did not call for the Houston Rockets. But what about the foul that they did not call for the Golden State Warriors as well? Where's the outroar for that? Where's the uproar for that? Where's the uproar for the bad foul calls that they called against the Warriors? What about the late calls that they called against the Warriors? What about those? Nobody's saying anything. Okay? But y'all be good. Be blessed. I'm out.